My proposal is for a web application seniors can use to access a range of available support services. During the presentation, I will break down the task and present a brief introduction, the user and data stories, a low-fidelity solution prototype, and a final evaluation. The task requirements fall into 8 parts. These include an evaluation, identification of algorithmic components, success criteria, user experience, and data requirements. Data sets are chosen from the Queensland Data website. The constraints for this project include time, data, and legal. These success criteria have been set. Introduction. Providing opportunities and access to information for seniors is one way in which the department can enact their vision. This is the inspiration behind a proposed web application called Senior Saver. User story. Senior Saver is a new web application that aims to be a handy reference guide to government concessions and discounts available to Queensland seniors. Senior Saver uses the government concessions and rebates for seniors dataset available from the Queensland Department of Communities, Disability Services and Seniors via the Queensland Government Data website. The web application will be data-driven and created in HTML. CSS will be used for the presentation and PHP will be used to retrieve and display the data, which will be stored in a MySQL or MariaDB database. The Queensland Department of Communities, Disability Services and Seniors website has a facility for people to search for discounts available to seniors and carers. The ability to search for location is a good feature. However, the information about discounts is accessed via a drop-down menu containing a long list of categories and subcategories, making information difficult to find. Many seniors would give up rather than trawl through these lists. In contrast, the Senior Saver web application will have 11 categories. Categories will be displayed on screen, and for tablet users, all category icons will be visible without the need to scroll. The reduced list of categories will make it easy to find available concessions and discounts. The Queensland Government's Information for Queenslanders webpage uses accessibility features proposed for the Senior Saver interface. It uses large buttons with small, simple icons. Aimed at all Australians, the Be Connected website uses interface accessibility features that could be incorporated into Senior Saver. It uses easy-to-read buttons, high color and contrast, and an accessibility feature that allows text to be resized on the web page. This is an essential feature of Senior Saver, as visibility is an important aspect to consider when developing a web application for elderly people. Both web pages feature a white background for clear visibility of all page features. Data story. In developing the concept for Senior Saver, 2 datasets from the Queensland Data portal were analysed. The Business Discount Directory for Senior and Carer Cardholders dataset and the Government Concessions and Rebates for Senior dataset. This dataset was chosen as the most suitable. Both datasets are in XLSX Microsoft Excel format. This is ideal for the database, as data can be easily manipulated and saved as a CSV file for importing into the database. Although not updated frequently, both datasets are active. Both use the Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 license, which allows the data to be copied and distributed in any medium or format and be remixed and transformed. Creative Commons 2017. None of the data appears to be encrypted. However, it's not the type of data that needs to be secured. The Business Discount Directory contains 7,800 entries and focuses on providing contact details for businesses that provide discounts for one particular seniors card. Here there are also other datasets relating to companion card venues and a regional business discount directory. The advantage of the Business Discount Directory dataset is that the Excel file data is set out well for a database, with one piece of data in each column. Government Concessions and Rebates for Seniors Excel file is a much smaller dataset with fewer attributes and only 48 rows of data. However, this spreadsheet is not as well organized with the eligibility card type and alternative terms columns containing multiple data entries. Multiple entries in a list will need to be split up in the database. However, the data itself will be more useful for the new application. The dataset will be split up into 3 tables in the accompanying database for the Senior Saver web application. A discount ID field will be added to represent the discount. The first database table will be called Discounts and consists of 4 fields: Discount ID, Discount, Description, and Link with Discount ID as a primary key. The second table will be called Categories and consists of 2 fields, Discount ID and Category, with both set as the primary key. To improve usability, the Category field will be based on the item field from the dataset. This will simplify the interface by having fewer categories for users to choose. The existing item names will be reorganized into categories and a discount will be able to apply to more than one category. The third table will be called Eligible and consists of two fields, Discount ID and Eligibility, with both set as a primary key. This is an illustration of sample data that will be populated into the discounts table containing ID, discount name, description, and link fields. Sample data for the categories and eligible tables is illustrated here. The data will be taken from the dataset and split into different worksheets for exporting into a MySQL or MariaDB database. Proposed solution. Data for the Senior Saver database will only be taken from the Government Concessions and Rebates for Seniors spreadsheet. This is the proposed design of the user interface for the home page of the Senior Saver web application. There is a standard search icon and facility in the top right corner and two buttons towards the bottom of the page. Choose a service will go to a wireframe of all 11 categories of concessions and discounts from which the user can select a category. What can I do with my card will go to another page that will display icons of the various cards available. The web application will aid user experience by featuring the familiar search icon in the usual place. The interface will be optimized for an iPad, which was cited by National Seniors Australia in 2017 as the most popular device choice for seniors. This is an example wireframe of the page showing all categories. Each category features a button displaying a simple icon and text for the category. When the user clicks a category, their selection will be stored and entered in an SQL query, which will be run to obtain data for the next page. This is a wireframe of the PHP page that will be displayed after a category has been selected. The page length will adapt to the various number of items that will appear depending on the user's choice. If a user selects the What Can I Do With My Card option, this will lead to a similar screen populated with buttons containing text and an icon, one for each type of card available to a senior. Selecting a card will take you to a similar screen to this one, but with the card information rather than discount options. This illustrates the cards page, which shows all available concession cards, along with clickable links to the next page. This is a PHP page generated from the card selected on the previous page. The heading and text will be inserted from the previous selection the user made. The rest of the page will be generated from a query that obtains relevant data from the database. Attention to the user experience is vital for success. Usability is defined in terms of effectiveness, accessibility, and safety. An effective website would enable a user to accurately and easily complete a task. Senior Saver makes finding information easier by minimizing the number of clicks required to find information on discounts. Text will be kept to a minimum on pages so users can easily comprehend the information. The home page will be very simple and contain one title, one image, and two clickable category buttons. The category buttons will be large and clearly visible in high contrast to the background. Each button will feature minimal text and a simple icon. Senior Saver has been designed for accessibility by people with visual and motor impairment. Links will feature large clickable areas and stand out on the page, so elderly users can more effectively navigate the site with easily recognizable buttons that require less precision for activation. High contrast colors will be used throughout the website. A white background will be used throughout with headings and body text in black. For readability, sans serif typeface will be used with at least 12-point font size for body text. Text on the results page, i.e. the page after a user selects and clicks on a category, will be resizable, making the text easy to adjust for readability. Users of the Senior Saver web application may access the site using a screen reader. To enable a better experience with the screen reader, the lang attribute will be used to set the code to EN for English and alternative text will be used with all images. The safety of the websites has been considered as the user will not become lost in the website. A user will always be able to return to the previous page and there won't be any flashing components or unnecessary distractions. The algorithms for discountresults.php and cardresults.php are very similar. In both cases, a value will be obtained from the previous page and passed through to this page using the post method. Each algorithm will need to connect to the web server and select the seniors database. If the connection fails or the database is not found, an error message will display. Data posted from the previous page will be obtained and stored in a variable. If there is a value in the variable, a new variable will be assigned to its contents. A query will be formed and stored in the variable SQL. The query will be run and the resulting data assigned to the variable called result. If the number of rows in a result is greater than 0, while there is data in the variable, it will be added to an array. The data in the array will then be displayed on the page. The contents of each page will be populated with data from the database. Prototype. This video demonstrates a walkthrough of the Senior Saver prototype. When the user selects Choose a Service, they are taken to the Categories page, which contains several icons for the user to choose. Selecting a category takes the user to an information page. Clicking Home returns the user to the front page. When the user selects "What can I do with my card?", the user is directed to a list of concession cards. Selecting a card takes the user to an information page. Clicking Home returns the user to the front page. Conclusion. I have evaluated the project against the prescribed criteria. Evaluation and recommendations are described in the slide. This slide presents the evaluation against self-determined criteria. Thank you for your attention during my presentation.